classwork with your lovely students.
Oh, is Ron here? Ron's not in.
Of course he's not in. Of course not. Look, I went outside. Right? And there were so many people just being outside. They were picnicking, they were paddleboarding, they were cycling, and I'm going playing frisbee. I'm going, you guys. Oh no. So
my mate got this like form.
Yeah, there's an online form on your phone which lets you talk to people. So I was busy. You know that meme with the white lady calling the cops on the black family who was picnicking outside. Yeah, that was yesterday. I was like 105. Hello, I need to drop somebody in. My God, indoors means indoors, people.
Now my mate got this form that allows him to be outside because he works in pack and save.
essential services.
It doesn't have his name on it, so it's like just say to whomever it may concern, and he's like, "Oh, do you want some, bro?" It's like,
Tom.
Okay, all right. So the majority of us are in here. So thanks for joining me again. I know that on Friday Jim took you guys video chat. How did you guys feel about that?
Yeah.
But
It was really good. Yeah, it was really good.
It was quite long.
Yeah, it was an hour and a half. I saw the video and I was going, yeah, it was an hour and a half. But he was sharing his notes and stuff like that, so you got the majority out of it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I've just started looking at all your Trellos that you've been populated. A few of you still falling a little bit behind. So I need you guys to pick yourselves up. You got to make sure that you finish this up by Friday 1 p.m. Okay? So there's 3 methods of delivering your files. You need to zip it all up. Retransfer if it's too big for email. If it's emailable, email it to my email address. Okay? They are all time stamped, so you need to ensure that it transfers out of your computer and delivered before 1 p.m. Okay? So, excuse you.
Thank you.
And you need to ensure. So if you've got a Google Drive, you need to share the link. Okay? Share the link to me by email. So I need to be able to download it and confirm it with you that I've received it. So on Friday, I will be at my desk here receiving your files. Okay? And I'll be ticking each and every one off. Now, the reason why for this is because it's the last day of your term. So that means after your submission for this, you are basically free of those 2 papers. Okay?
Yeah.
If any files come through corrupted, thank goodness, silver lining of this quarantine is that you will most likely be reachable. Okay?
Yeah.
So if any files come through corrupted, I'll be able to check it off and send you a message, say, hey, didn't come through, you need to resend it. But please make sure the time dates before 1 p.m. So 3 methods: Google Drive, email, or WeTransfer. Go for the free option. Don't pay for WeTransfer, please. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Your Trello boards also must be finished before 1 p.m. as well. So I would suggest that whatever things that you're doing, especially your blogs or whatsoever, finish it up before 1 p.m. because that will be the cutoff time. Remember, I'm being notified by every move that you make on your Trello boards. So if you start pinging up at 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 7 a.m. on Saturday, I'll know that you're doing all these updates on the go, and I'm going, no. Okay. The other thing is that did you guys manage to look into the suggested timeline of your milestones of what you want to produce? I've set it up in Teams.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, in the class notebook. Oh my God, guys! It's in the class
Okay,
notebook.
I'm sharing my screen.
Oh,
I'm
class
sharing my
notebooks. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm sharing my
Everyone.
screen. So we're going to go into
Okay.
Teams. We're going to go into class notebook.
Didn't know that was a thing.
I told you.
I've been busy.
I think I told a lot of people.
Go to milestones. So there's a little button there. Click on milestones, and milestones are work in progress. Okay. So by the weekend. So today is Monday. Please make any edits or adjustments to finalize the concept. I am looking through your Trello one by one right now. Some of you still haven't done any artwork yet, so I will not comment on your work that's non-existent. Okay.
You have
So
my
you can
Trello
make
open.
What was that?
You have my Trello open in the background.
I do. Sorry, I was looking at it, going, "Where is it?" Oh, look.
It's there. It's there. I just didn't upload it.
So yes. So you need to do your video presentation, so make sure that you are able to allocate it without any distraction. And by that, I'm looking at you, Hina. Do your video presentation without any distraction. Okay, try to find some time that you can say, I'm going to put out an hour without the kids. Okay.
No.
Yeah. And
I
Danish,
think it would be 2 a.m. in the morning.
yeah, and Danish, you're gonna have to make sure that you plan to be in an environment where it's gonna be quiet.
Oh, the vacuum's back on.
So make sure that you write your reflection. Now, any ordinary reflection between 800 words and 1200 words. I haven't specified the amount of it yet because I need you to write. I need you to be able to write. Okay, write and edit. Make sure that it comes through honestly and authentic. Okay.
Yeah.
So and then zip up the files and transfer it. So make sure that I receive it before 1 p.m. Any questions?
Just with the video, like, do you want to see, because it's only 4 minutes, right? So do you want to see the like production process of like our producer label and all that? Because it's pretty hard to condense it all into 4 minutes.
The video presentation, you pick out the best elements that you have that supports your design decisions.
Okay.
Like if you're playing around in Photoshop, nobody's interested in that because it's a technical thing. But if you've got any breakthrough or insights that you've made during your sketching or whatsoever, then of course you include those sketches. It's a matter of being able to tell somebody, and this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to test this out, because we are all remote. We're all we are not seeing your body language. We're not seeing the nuances of you doing your presentation. You have the opportunity to refine, practice, and redo if necessary. So the finished work should not only convey the work that you do, but also the sense of professionalism that you have. So how do you ensure that the slides help you convey that sense of professionalism? So it's basically developing slides to have some form of consistency. So it's not just a slap through. If you're going to do some screen caps or whatsoever, there's still ways of doing it on presentation. I'll try to find out some YouTube videos of examples of doing design presentations. But it's a matter of including work that help you move the project along substantially. So it's not just going, oh look, that looked at this and I looked at that. Yeah, I can see that in the Trello. But if you say, I looked at this, it didn't help me, but I looked at that, and that's where the inspiration came from. So that's great.
Okay.
You can do a very quick scroll through of all the material. So the majority of you have looked at a field review that is really varied. It's very nice to see that you guys actually went in and pulled out examples, obscure examples even. So I'm going to use, for example, Hina and Jonathan's work. The examples that they put in, there's a lot, and also Richard. Love the examples of work that they put up. And it would be hard pressed. I would be hard pressed to go, oh, you have to exclude those. They can include those, but do it quickly. Just zip it along, just go. Zip, 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 zip. Okay? So plan it 4 minutes. What do you need to do? So first minute is introduction. Second minute, the history, the context of where'd you come from. Third one would be your design process. Third minute would be your design process. Fourth minute, bang, present your outcome, wrap it up, summarize, and say thanks. So it's a very quick, very, very quick 4 minutes. But
So
then
can you
again,
just repeat that? I just want to note that down.
it's only a suggestion, Max. It's only a suggestion. But first minute, I would say, is basically introduce your concept. Introduce your ideas. How did you come about this? Where'd you go? Second would be your research. Again, the contextual material that you've pulled in, field reviews, and all the examples that you used and referred to. And then the third minute is basically your work in progress. So supporting all the supporting work that you did. Again, like, if you were doing painting or whatsoever, the third minute is something that you put it into. If you're doing montage collage, you're just saying, this is how I reviewed my work, went down this track, didn't work, or I didn't like the outcome, I had to redo this. And then the fourth minute, bang, showcase the finished artwork, showcase the digital mock-up, and then after that, summarize and said, this is the summary, blah, blah, blah. I've shown you this, and I've shown you this, and now this is the work that I've done. Thank you very much. See ya. Bye. Okay?
Sweet.
Any questions so far?
So
do you have to consider about the materialization for the
Anything over someone's mic?
for the album cover? I know we're not printing it, but like, do we have to like state that or anything?
No. You don't need to state it. It's already in the brief stating that it's a digital mock-up. All you're presenting is a digital mock-up and the flat, finished, ready to print PDF files. Okay, so you need to pay attention to prop marks, die lines, bleeds. Okay.
if we wanted to, could we make a physical copy?
If you wanted to, yeah, I can see it from your experimentation. I'm loving your physical copy, isn't it? Yeah, sure, of course. If you got the printing facilities there, that's great. Do it. But remember that you're being assessed for your concept and you're assessed for your journal for under studio. Okay?
Okay.
Anything else?
Concept arts are you expecting out of us, like give or take?
How many?
Yeah, like what would you consider like healthy?
Healthy amount.
I have to ask.
I think you're just asking for permission to submit in just as is required, isn't it?
No, I want to do as many or more as you like think I should do.
Okay, so this is my blanket thing. Any ideation that you do, any concept that you do, there needs to be an evidence, especially in the beginning stages of your work. There needs to be an evidence that you've thought through a variety of ideas, that you noted down a variety of ideas. If you set into this brief knowing already what you wanted to do, there is still that moment where you're still testing out that idea, because whatever that's in your head is very different to how it looks like on paper or on screen. So that is alone is the testing stage. So it is very important for you guys being in education right now to be able to provide that evidence. If you go into industry, it's up to the company that you work for or the agency that you work for that demands for whatever it is, like proof that you've worked on this. It's up to them. But as long as you are in an education facility or institution, the requirement is that you need to prove to us that you did work on some concepts and some ideas, and you need to provide evidence. So that's why Trello is in there. So you've got your phone, you're working on your screen, you can take a screen cap, or you can take your phone and take a picture of it. Or if you've been sketching out, if you've been doing any sketching on your thing, just take a picture of that and load it up. What we want to see is all the scribbles. We want to see all the sketches that you've made. We want to see all the notes that you've made saying, don't like this, don't like this, like this. So coming to how many concepts we would like to see in a healthy brief, healthy assignment, I would say 20, 30, 40. It all depends on your own style. But when it comes to refinement, when it comes to I want feedback, you edit those down to 3. Okay? 3 is a healthy number for us to go, I like that, I don't like this, I kind of like this, so why don't you mix those 2 up? Because then it will give the reviewer, like myself, to be able to go and see what's already in your head, what's already in your mind, what you're already seeing, and we can direct that. If you present to us 20 concepts, we're gonna go, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want. So there's all this filtering down in your process. So you have to start off and say, I'm doing all these things, but then you make the decision of how many you want to show and say, these are the concepts that I edited down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the difference between an A grade, B grade, C grade, it's described in your assessment sheets, your brief. But the A grade will always provide more than what was asked. They will always provide more, and there'll be more reflective notes being recorded in that, which means that A grade stands for going for excellence. That means the quality of the reference materials you referred to, the quality of the links that you reviewed at, the ability to be able to distill information and synthesize new information out of it. Okay, those are all academic big words, okay? Synthesizing. So it all just talks about how much of this that you are able to take on board and record it. Because that's how the A's go, is that you provide more than what is necessary. B grade is providing exactly as required. It means that you supplied me exactly as how it was stated in the brief. Okay? C grades are not delivering enough. It's not adequate. It's not sufficient. The D grade is basically you're not even delivering anything. Okay? So that's how the grades work. Creative-wise, it's a very subjective manner, as I've already explained it to you. That's why there's moderation. Talk about moderation. Your grades for your first assignment is being moderated, and you should be able to get it either later today or first thing tomorrow for your first assessment for your 27th alphabet. So A students always give more than what is required. B's, you give it as required. C's, not enough. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So,
Okay.
yes?
So for our album, say if someone liked skateboarding and Swiss design style, would you want them to put skateboarding in the album cover, or just like the design styles that they like? Like, does it have to have things that they like doing as a person in the album? Because I don't know if I have any hobbies, and I can't think of anything that represents me to put in it other than things I find pretty.
You like makeup?
I'm not even putting makeup on my album cover.
Why
You could
not?
you could
It's
put
something
colors
if
similar
you-
to it.
Why not?
It's Charles in there.
Use some editorial.
Just the singing.
This you can approach it using abstract. It can be surrealism. It can be, it can be metaphorical. It doesn't have to be so literal.
Can be like anything, really.
It can be anything
With
as
free-
long as you can explain it. As long as you can explain what it is, because this is your album. You are the performing artist. You get to determine what can go on into the cover of your album or not.
So if it has nothing to do with me, but I can bullshit a reason why it does, then I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, then
If it's good enough.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorted.
I mean, it's kind of accurate.
But the thing is that we went through the alter ego exercise. You can develop this as your alter ego. Your alter ego may not like the same things as you do. The alter ego can be as anyone as you can imagine it to be. But the point is that is this alter ego, how is it conveyed in an honest, authentic way? That's not just an excuse and go, oh, I just want somebody who does this. Well, where did this person come from? How did this idea of this person come from? You know? So you can do whatever you want within reason, of course. Okay, don't go nuts. Okay. We went through restrictions of the type of artwork that you want to put on this. Okay? I'm not going to say it again because this is being recorded, so I'm not putting myself in that. Any one of you have any advice on this subject? Okay, we got any ideas that you can add to this subject?
I have a question.
Yes, Hannah.
When you say like the fold out cover, is that like the front and the back, or like the front, the back, and like the insides of it as well?
Yep. So fold out is an opportunity to show that you can understand how to prepare the files with fold lines. So even if it's the fold lines, you know, like in a jewel case, you know, a typical CD case, when it folds up on the sides, you know, so this is your front cover, this is your back cover, but this is the sides.
I haven't seen a CD in years.
Well,
I've
again,
got one.
yes,
Yeah, I have seen years ago.
you have to unblur your background, Jonathan. Unblur your background.
I don't like that.
I never like that.
So it's like that bit, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
see,
like
that's a
glasses.
fold. You need to fold it in. But if you're using contemporary CD designs, again, they require folding at some point.
So we're just doing the outside of the CD, like
Sorry, I can't hear you. What?
You know.
when you have like the inside, when you like open up the CD and track list on the inside, do we have to design like the inside cover? I think.
It's up to you. You can be as elaborate or as simple as it does. You just need to provide a dialogue that works.
Okay.
It's not just a simple cover and back and that's it. It's how do you envisage it being physicalized?
Yeah.
What if your CD doesn't have the sides? It literally is just a cup.
It's a fold. It's a fold, okay? So I'm just gonna pull up, I'm gonna share my screen again.
Do you remember those like PCDs you would get?
So
Like
any design that there is, all these things here, this here, there is a way that this is being made. So it's like a glue on the side. It's like a sleeve. These are all folds. The way that this has been cut out. This.
What if your has like that black part that uses a hinge that's still part of the plastic? So it doesn't have a. You know that black part that's like a hinge in like
The
the jewel
spine.
case? Yeah, the
So,
spine. So
there.
it actually have like a paper fold around the
Yeah.
thing.
So yeah, the paper goes around from the back, and it will come along, and it will end on that edge there.
Wait, I'm disabling my chair.
Like it has like I'm using a lot of hand gestures you can't see, but like that like thick ass black hinge on the side, so it's still part of like the.
Okay. Look, listen. You know how an envelope works? Do you know how an envelope works? Anybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
don't
trying to
have
find an
an
example, but
Oh, Don.
okay.
So like,
This
Get
Okay.
it then.
that black bar is the plastic case. We're not
Yes.
talking
Yeah.
about that black bar.
Yep. What if your design has it?
The design does not have.
How are you gonna see it on the shelf? It'll just be black.
Okay, so
Coming for
This
tears.
this is a normal CD case. Okay, all right, normal CD case, back and front, and also you got the sides. You can imagine that there's the black bar in here. Okay.
Mhm.
Now I'm gonna take this out. The front cover comes slip out. Okay. Now this can be one slip, one page, one sheet of paper. But for this particular album, it has a staple because it comes in multiple pages. All right. That's the front cover. Now, on the back cover, I'm going to remove the CD from it, okay? And it's going to slip out. It's going to come out. And you see how it folds for the side? Okay? So that's one method. If your artwork is not a plastic case, it's an envelope basically, and the CD goes into the envelope. Again, how this is all the glue that it had to have
God, okay.
in order to fold it into an envelope. That's your fold. All this are
That
your fold.
envelope.
Okay. So, and then when you fold it together, that's where the CD can go in. So your design for your CD cover needs to include a fold in any capacity.
Okay.
Does not have to stick to the one jewel case standard. It can be anything, just as long as it's able to fold.
On the subject of a dual case standard,
Yeah.
do you have any advice for specific measurements or setting up a Photoshop file, for instance, that includes the extra folding, the space that you would use for the fold?
What do you mean? Extra space that you would use
so
for the
if you had been designing in, say, a traditional square,
yeah.
that you would use for your album cover, do you have any advice for setting up a document or creating something with that additional space and those additional fold lines?
There is a template floating out in Google Space.
So we're allowed to use like on templates of like borders and stuff. Okay.
Of course, you use whatever that you can get your hands on and produce the file that is suitable for it.
So if you find a template of already folded things, like you can use it.
I'm not asking you to recreate a wheel. Just find something that works for you.
Okay.
Because all you have to do is to provide a a mock-up for it, a digital mock-up for it. Of course, you're gonna have to find something that has already been done, so you can superimpose your artwork on it. Got it?
yep.
Doesn't have to be traditional CD like measurements at all. It can be like any measurements as long as it folds, or like I don't know.
If you're gonna have it on a traditional standard size CD, maybe you want to follow whatever size that is.
Well, it's the CD, a normal CD. The radius is
12 centimeters.
120 millimeters and 120 millimeters. Okay.
Yeah, that's been working.
I know.
So you just need to just duplicate the measurements.
Can
Okay.
you do vinyl or just?
Huh?
Can you do vinyl? Or yeah.
Yeah, you can design a vinyl as well if you wanted to. You just need to explain why. You can explain that your that your production studio does not believe in plastic CDs. Just write them whatever you want.
Well,
Oh.
nowadays, like artists do like vinyl and CDs.
Yeah.
Some even still do cassette.
Look, I've got you guys to do all those class exercises. I've got you guys to go and, measure, grids and layout when we did that in week 1. I got you guys to go and find a template and measure it out. It's the same exercise. Just go and measure things out. Take a ruler, take a pencil, and just go, oh yeah. Go and discover some stuff.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Oh yeah. You go, oh yeah. All right. Is there any more questions? Remember, no questions are stupid questions, so go ahead and ask. I'm trying to fold this back. Fine. Anything else?
I think I had a
You want to win
question.
Drag Race?
Huh?
Who do you want to win the season of Drag Race?
Oh my god, who wants to win the season of this drag race? Suddenly
Gigi.
not.
Who?
Who's supporting Gigi Good?
Me, I am the white boy.
She's so good at sewing. Let me support her.
You know who's actually gonna make to the finals? You know what?
All right.
Cherry Pie is gonna make it into the finals, and
Yeah, the
we're
creepy.
And she is qualified. She won't appear.
Poor
She
John.
picked that.
We're gonna have to create a new channel called the Drag Race Fans.
Please.
All right, we'll probably do that during the holidays, okay? But in the meantime, I need you guys, for those guys who hasn't got updated their Trello, please do so that I can have a look at it, please.
All right.
Okay.
There's one question.
Yes.
The rationale, and then
Yeah.
there's the other one. There's a few things we need to write. There's like the rationale and then the reflective and all of
statement.
that.
Yes.
Can you just go over that again, just another time? I know you're tired.
See, this is why Chef showed up on Monday, okay? Last Monday. Didn't want to come in last Monday, did we? All right, so a reflective statement is a document that is very personalized. It is a very honest recount of your experience for this particular assignment. So this is only reflecting on this particular assignment, not throughout your entire term. So a reflective statement is always starts off as a journal of your process from the beginning right up to the end, and what happens at the end. So basically, it will ask you on what was your experience for this particular assignment. Did you face any challenges in this assignment? If you did, can you name these challenges? Which of these challenges is the most significant or impactful towards your progression? Did you overcome this challenge? And if you did overcome this challenge successfully, what methods did you use or identify that helped you move your project along? How did you feel about this, your outcome? Do you think if you're given a chance to redo this project, is there any other way of redoing things? Do you think you could do better? So it will ask you all this. So again, if I was to divide the A, B's, and C's grades for a reflective statement, a good reflective statement, which scores an A, is always the most vulnerable and personalized account in the statement. It will always identify challenges. It will always say, I can improve more. I know a way of improving myself. Okay? You can provide and you can identify the path you want to go to. The piece or reflective statement essentially says, yeah, I had a few challenges, but I overcame all of them. I'm brilliant. That's a B. A C, the reflective statement is, I had no challenges. I was amazing. So that's not an honest account, okay? The 150 words of text that goes with your artwork is a rationale. A rationale is basically an explanation to your design decision. You are promoting the best aspects of your design. So you can always say, this design was created to promote the idea of the power of imagination. The colors selected for this, is referencing the subconscious. And it says all the good things. There's no negative parts in the rationale. It says it justifies your design decisions. Okay?
Yeah.
Is
And
that
those,
everybody?
so they need to be two separate, or it needs to be one
separate.
Word document. Okay, two separate Word
Two
documents.
separate, please. So reflective
Okay.
statement is identified as reflective statement, and the other one's at the other one.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Don.
Thank you very much. Is there anything else that you guys are wanting to know? So in this couple of days, I would not. I think I will only schedule in a very quick catch up on the Thursday to ensure that everybody's still breathing and alive. Again, I'll notify you. We'll catch up again on the Thursday. But from now onwards, it's all self-directed, which means that if you have any questions or whatsoever, you message me, or if you're comfortable, let's do a one-on-one video chat. Okay?
Okay.
Well, what do you guys think about that? Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Any other questions? No? All good?
Do we really have to record ourselves for the video? I don't have any professional camera except my phone.
You can use your webcam. You can use your phone.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, do I really need to record myself, or just can use the voiceover over the slides or something?
You figure out which is the most effective way of doing your presentation.
Okay.
You can. It's not a music video. I'm not asking everybody to produce a music video, okay?
I can't do that either, anyways.
You can animate yourself. You can create your own avatar.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So you can do whatever you want within reason.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, Don.
Thank you very much. Have an enjoyable time. Danish, can you please stay back? Everybody else, you can log off. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Okay,
Later.
bye.
Thank you, everyone. Take care, everyone. Bye.
You too.
Bye.
Keep breathing.
Keep breathing. Bye, Jonathan.
Okay, bye.
Hi, Danish.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Good. Wait, Jonathan is still.
Yeah.
Good. So, how are you feeling?
Better, sir. Better. Much better.
Okay, hang on. I need to stop recording this. Just hang on, okay?